I love building LEGO Star Wars creations and playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, so in today's video, by combining them both, we are going to recreate a part of Naboo, like we see in the Galactic Assault mode. Fith, which is the city of our location, has a very elegant and earthy look like for Star Wars. Thanks to that, we'll be able to make something much more unique and colorful than most Star Wars creations you can usually see. That's probably the most exciting aspect for me. So, let's build it! This is the size and the layout with which we are going to work with. I already mapped out where every key element will be located, and I know you cannot really tell what's going on here, but everything will be clearing with time. I'm making this black frame to grant nicer aesthetic for the build while it's on display. I'm raising up the level of the foundation to match previously made black frame, so we can start our work on actual location. It's time to recreate the staircase leading into the building. As you have just seen, the design is pretty straightforward. We'll use longer tiles with addition of smaller elements for some details. Next to do on our list are tiles near the staircase. I'm going to use 1x1 tan tiles, and I invite you to this short satisfying time lapse. Look how great this section looks. These tiles resemble the game perfectly. Let's design one of the pillars in the front of the building. I will use modified bricks with stat on the side to attach panels on which, using ignot pieces and tiles, I will try to recreate wall patterns seen between the corners. Now let's work on the upper part. Using many fan connections, I recreated this little flower pot to fully complete the look of this part. I have been working on this part for over an hour now, and I tried at least 10 different designs, yet I don't see a possibility to make this area 100% accurate to the game. In this scale, it's just not possible to make this nice rounded indentation in the wall, and still be able to put the wall behind it. Yet I didn't give up, and after a while I managed to finish it. This design, while definitely not perfect, is the best compromise between accuracy and LEGO systems possibilities I managed to achieve here. It took almost 2 hours of trial and error to make it work. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the right ones. Now it's time to work on 3 doors leading into the building. I'm going to use combination of brackets and bricks for foundation of the doors. The door itself has a simple design, and we will build it using tiles attached to previously built brackets. Of course, we will copy that design to other 2 doors. Let's build a wall on each side to complete this small area. As I want to save brighter parts for next steps of building, I'm using here darker variation of this color, as it won't be really visible in the end. To complete look of this area, I'm adding previously designed, simplified version of the columns. Let's quickly finish the wall over the doors. Next we are going to recreate this small area with another door and little staircase. We will use previous design for the staircase and similar project of the door, with of course a bit changed shape. I'm attaching the door to its place, and I'm also preparing early design of the walkway. Now, to fill this prepared spot, I'm going to design the Republic container, which is located right beside our building. Design of this container took a while to be prepared, but I'm happy to show you final result in this time lapse. First, I'm making upper side panel on which there are rows of light and dark grey panels like it's in the game. I'm creating smaller upper doors of the container, on which is this Republic symbol, which I had to took from my LEGO Anakin's Jedi Interceptor set. Now I'm going to connect upper doors together with this bigger panel, which must be covered in tiles. So yes, you are right, another tiling time. Let's connect all upper parts together. What's left to do are lower side panels, which needed to be much different than the upper ones, to be able to connect properly without any visible gaps. I duplicated the design, and let's connect all panels together to create our container. Returning to our main location, we need to prepare this area to place Republic container. To do so, I'm placing tiles on the walkway, and I'm making floor of the container, on which we are going to make some of these crate designs inside it. I'm making them in a much simplified version to still be able to fit into container. While we still have easy access, we are going to create wall behind our container. Every wall of this building has very clean and visible bricks, which I want to accurately represent in my creation. That's why I will be using mostly 1x2 and 1x3 bricks for the walls to recreate that wall texture. But it wouldn't be me if I didn't add some kind of details to otherwise plain and simple wall. So we are going to incorporate some additional textures, wall damage and wall decoloration. And finally we can attach our public container to the rest of the creation. With container done, we will continue work on the building. I'm filling empty space in the wall with combination of various bricks, as well as I'm reworking some of the temporary bricks I put before. Now we are going to make the rest of the wall over the columns. Making these red things, I'm not sure what they are called, was key to get this area of the building right. I'm not including here many details, as most of this part I'm going to cover with various plants, like it's in the Battlefront. It's time to create front pillar on the left, which has much more plants on it than the right one. I'm creating inner supports for the wall, as well as the place to put decorative panel. I'm including flower pot, and I'm creating rest of the wall similarly to the previous one, but with different details and textures. In the game there is a bit of decoration near the turquoise roof, and that's what we are going to make using inkdot pieces. I'm also adding plants and I'm creating roof by using sand green colored tiles and plates, which I think resemble source color the best. Let's quickly finish this wall section. I'm using various size bricks and I'm adding some textures as well as place for future plants. Next we are going to complete this area. I'm finishing the walkway and I'm building the thin wall near the doors. Over the doors I'm including elements of the architecture from the Battlefront, as well as I'm adding second level. With everything prepared, it's time to finish this area. I'm adding decoration under the roof and I'm creating the biggest cluster of the plants yet. Let's complete sand green roof on both sides by using tiles and those round dome parts. I'm tiling upper parts of the wall to add a nice finish. We need to include two of these bigger flower pots into the creation. To be faithful to the source material, I'm including gold chain on all sides of the pot and I'm adding flowers. What's left to do is tiling entire walkway and adding one more flower pot, so join me in this short time lapse. It's time for the best part of building. It's minifigure time. I'm truly happy with the final result. It's really refreshing to see such combination of color and design for a Star Wars build. Plants on the walls add a lot of life to this raw and elegant building. Additionally, recreated Battlefront 2 skins make this even better. In the future I would like to build entire buildings from Naboo, but for now I don't have parts for that. This creation turned out awesome and there are much more to come in this series. If you enjoyed this creation, check out my other LEGO Star Wars creation visible on the screen.